Brooksaw Antiques here today. We have this 1966 Olivetti Underwood 21 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And above that are the margins. You just push them down and move them like this. I'm going to set this one around 0 and this one around 75. It's about the length of a page, and this is your paper support arms that flip up from the back. And this is I had the paper release lever engaged, so I'm going to de-engage it, and now I'm able to load the page correctly. And this is one of the smoothest typewriters you can find. It slides the paper underneath the paper bail without having to lift it up, but this does lift up, and it has 2 adjustable rollers on it. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, there's a switch right here. Just flip it to the front 1, skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. Also has 4 skips. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Beautiful. This is the king of smooth Olivettis. If you've ever used an Olivetti before, they're all in this era are all super smooth typewriters, about as smooth as it gets. The only ones that compare to the smoothness are Olympia, Adler, and Hermes. So this is actually a really affordable luxury typewriter. It's a little bit bigger than your average portable, but it's super smooth. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Shift on each side and shift lock on the left. To clear that, hit the shift button again. Backspace on the right side. Looks good. I'm gonna flip these down for now. Tab is this red button over here. We got 1 tab set in the middle. To clear that tab, there's a lever on the left. Hit that down and it clears it. To set a tab, you push it up on that same lever, and then you use the tab button. It stops at that spot. You can set as many tabs as you want on this model. And this is the color selector switch to the right of the tab. If you flip it all the way down, it just prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you flip it all the way up, it prints the top portion of the ribbon. We have a solid black ribbon on this one, so you can actually double use it by switching the color when you use the whole top up. This blank key up here is the margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, it blocks the keys from typing. If you hit that margin release, it allows you to go all the way to the end. The hood just pops up like this, and all the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right. It has these unique ribbons or spools that have the nut on top. I think you can put a generic one as long as you have the nut, but I didn't try it. I just kept the original spools on this one. Touch control inside on the left. The farther up towards the back you go, the more tension there is. The farther towards the front, less tension. You don't have to hit the keys as hard. They don't respond as fast as they would when you have it on high tension. This has 2 latches in the back. You just set those right there, line right up somewhere underneath. Just like that, it locks in. Carriage release on each side. Super duper smooth. And even when you have it disengaged and you just return it, doesn't have any clicking sounds. It's just as smooth as it gets. Carriage release on this side. And the line space indicator, if you push it all the way back, it'll disable the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You put it on the 1. You get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. Same concept. When you push in this button here, it disables the spacing. You let it go, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.